All right, in this video, I'm going to explain how I use the law of attraction to build my dream life at 20 years old, all right? And how you can do the same if you actually apply what I'm about to tell you. Also, when you hear me say the law of attraction, you might think that's some woo-woo bullshit or some palm reader, nonsensical fairy tale shit that doesn't actually exist. But let me tell you, that couldn't be further from the truth. The law of attraction is very, very, very real. And once you understand it and its principles and how it applies to your life, you will be able to live your dream life. All right? And in this video, I'm going to explain for 10 to 20 minutes everything I know about the law of attraction, how I've applied it to my life, which by extension has allowed me to live my dream life at 20 years old. So put your phone down, pay attention, and if you can't pay attention to a simple YouTube video for 10 to 20 minutes, I'm sorry to tell you, but you'll probably never achieve whatever it is that you want, right? If your brain is that fried where you can't pay attention for a short 10 to 20 minute video. So pay attention, listen up. This can change a lot for you. Everything, okay? So for those who don't know me yet, my name is Pasha. I'm a 20-year-old entrepreneur from California, and to put simply, or to put shortly, didn't resonate with the traditional path of just getting a college degree, getting a 9-to-5 job, working 40 to 50 years for someone else, and then retiring with a 401k to then go on one vacation a year on a budget. All right? I didn't resonate with that path. I saw other young people like me around the world living their dream life as well. All right? And that instilled in me the belief that it was possible. So I went ahead and tried multiple different online businesses for a couple of years. I failed at most of them. Some worked, some didn't. I mostly lost money. And I finally got to a point where I found these 1 to 2 businesses that really worked for me. And I kept working at those businesses, and I've gotten to a point now where I am able to live my dream life at 20 years old. All right? And what do I mean by dream life? Well, what I mean is I have financial freedom. And obviously that doesn't mean I can go ahead and buy a private jet or a yacht or a mansion. But for a 20-year-old, I have financial freedom. I'm in the 99th percentile of earners my age in the United States, not in the world where the average yearly income is $10,000. I'm talking about in the United States, all right? Which means I could simply buy whatever I want without having to worry about finances, all right? I could buy my parents nice gifts. I could go and travel. I could buy whatever I want. It doesn't really matter how much it is. I won't be affected financially, okay? So I have financial freedom. 2, I have time freedom. I live my life on my own terms, on my own schedule. I don't have to be at a job at a certain time. I wake up, I choose when I go to the gym, I choose when I work, I choose when I sleep, I choose when I do everything. I design my own schedule, all right? I have time freedom. And then 3rd, I have location freedom, which means I am not tied to a specific geographical location in order to actually make money. I make money from my computer, from anywhere in the world. I mostly work from home, but I could also work when I'm traveling if I want to, okay? So that's what I mean by I've built my dream life. And by no means am I completely content and satisfied. Of course, I still have goals. I still have things that I'm striving towards. But for my 20-year-old self, it's my dream life, all right? And everyone's version of their dream life is different. But for me, if I have financial time and location freedom, plus I have, relationships, health, and finances in check, that's my dream life. And that is the life that I'm living right now, okay? So what does this mean, and how can you do this for yourself? So what I want you guys to first understand is that this wasn't always the case for me, all right? I didn't always have the things that I have now. I wasn't born with businesses making me tens and thousands of dollars every single month. I wasn't born with the network that I have. I wasn't born with the, let's say, audience that I've built on social media. The reality that I live now is a direct reflection of all the actions that I've ever taken in my entire lifetime, all right? And what I want you to understand is you, person on the other side of the screen, the reality that you live right now is also a direct reflection of all of the actions that you've ever taken in your entire lifetime, all right? That is a harsh truth, all right? I need you to take full self-accountability. You might hear that and say, oh, well, my parents did this, this, and that, and because of that, we live here, and this is my situation, blah, 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 blah. Don't have a victim mentality, bro. understand that there's been someone in a position worse than yours who managed to make it work and is living their dream life right now, all right? So don't use that as a crutch or an excuse. Your reality is a direct reflection of all the actions that you've ever taken in your life, okay? And also, I wasn't always in this position. At one point, I was in a position that you're probably in. You know, I was looking at these people online. They were living their dream life. They were making all this money. They were traveling the world. They were with their friends. They had these businesses. And I was like, damn, like, that's what I want. But the reason I didn't have them yet is because I wasn't the type of person who was capable and deserving of having those things in my life, right? I had to become the type of person who was capable and deserving of those things in life, right? So this leads to my point. So the law of attraction states that you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are, all right? You don't attract what you want, you attract who you are, which means it's not hard to want things in this life. Everybody wants to live their dream life. Everyone wants to travel the world. Everyone wants to have freedom. Everyone wants to do all these things, but a small percentage of people actually do, right? And that's because, firstly, a small percentage of people are actually willing to put in the work and make the sacrifices in order to get to that point. But also, these small percentage of people had to become the type of person who are capable and deserving of these fruits in life, all right? You can't just want them. Wanting anything is not going to get you them. You need to become the type of person who is capable and deserving of them, and by extension, you will attract them in your life, all right? Understand that this is the same for everything, guys. You don't get things in life by chasing them, you get them by attracting them. So for example, if you want to be a millionaire, you need to not want to be a millionaire, you need to become the type of person who is capable of making $1 million, and that's how you attract into your life. It's the same thing. If you want women, right, you don't get them by chasing women or just wanting women. You get them by becoming the type of person who is capable and deserving of having any woman you want. All right? It's the same for everything. That is the law of attraction. You need to become the type of person who is capable and deserving of achieving whatever it is that you want, and by extension, you will attract them into your life. All right? So here's what I'm getting at. Right now, there is you, right? Watching this video, you are a certain type of person, you have certain habits, you have certain actions, you have certain thoughts, you spend your time in certain ways, you spend your money in certain ways. I could go on, right? And at the same time, there's a version of yourself, let's say it's the 2.0 version of yourself, who lives their dream life, and this person operates at a completely different frequency. Understand that. This person is a certain way, they speak a certain way, they carry themselves a certain way, they spend their time a certain way, they spend their money a certain way, they make certain sacrifices, and I could go on and on and on and on, all right? And understand that there's a disconnect between where you are now and the version of yourself who has your dream life. There's a disconnect, okay? So what you need to do in order to become that type of person, in order to evolve into this version of yourself, which is exactly what I did for myself, and understand, guys, this isn't a one-time thing, this is a constant state of evolution and development. So I'm still doing this to this day, as I'm telling you. All right? So what you need to do in order to evolve into that version of yourself is, firstly, break down every little detail about this version of yourself who does already have your dream life, right? And has attracted everything that you want. And what do I mean by this? I mean, you need to become crystal clear on this person, what they do, what they don't do, how they spend their time, how they spend their money, what certain habits that they have, how they carry themselves, how they speak, every single little detail. You need to become crystal clear on this version of yourself, okay? And once you do that, once you have full clarity on this version of yourself, and guys, you already know what you need to do, right? I guarantee every single day you feel like there's certain things that you should be doing that you're not doing, all right? And oftentimes, those are the things that the 2.0 version of yourself does, right? It's the things that you know you should be doing that you aren't doing, all right? So when you become crystal clear on this type of person, that's not gonna be enough, right? You can't just think about this version of yourself and automatically, magically become that person. That's not how it works. You need to first get clarity on it, and then, most importantly, you need to act in alignment with that version of yourself. And what will happen is that when you take conscious effort every single day over a long enough period of time, acting in alignment with that frequency of that version of yourself, right? How they operate. Over a long enough period of time, what will happen is that you will slowly evolve into that person, right? This is the person who is capable and deserving of all the things that you want in life, right? And by extension, you will attract them. If you act in alignment with this version of yourself over a long enough period of time, you will become that person. Okay? And keep in mind, this isn't something that happens overnight. It's not something that happens in a week. It's not something that happens in a month. It's something that happens in months, if not years, of taking conscious daily actions in alignment with this version of yourself. Okay? And that is how you slowly evolve into the type of person who is capable of living their dream life, which is exactly what I did. All right? And which is what I'm still doing, right? I still want to become the 50K per month version of myself, the 100K per month version of myself, right? This is a never-ending process of evolution. So what do? I think about what the 50 to 100K per month version of myself does, what they don't do, how they spend their time, what priorities they have, what sacrifices they have to make, how they spend their money, all of these things that I'm telling you, right? And then what I do, take conscious actions and put conscious effort every single day in alignment with that version of myself. And over time, I know that I'll slowly evolve into that type of person who is capable and deserving of that outcome. Okay? That's what it comes down to, guys. So, the whole point of this video is for you to understand that in order to live your dream life, you need to become the type of person who's capable and deserving of living your dream life. So then how do you do that? You need to break down this version of yourself, this 2.0 version of yourself, what they do, don't do, everything that I've been saying this entire video. And then once you do that, you need to take conscious effort and act in alignment with that person over a long enough period of time, and you will become that person. And by extension, will be able to attract everything that you want in life and live your dream life. Okay? That's what it comes down to. I just summarized it in the last 15 seconds. And if you apply what I actually just told you in this video, and most importantly, like I said, take the actions necessary, you will get to a point over time where you are able to attract anything that you want in this life. Okay? That's what it comes down to. So, here's the thing. I don't want you to just watch this video and not change anything and continue living your life as you have been, which is, by extension, made you live in the reality that you are right now. Don't be that guy. Be the guy who watches this video and says, damn, this guy's 20 years old, he lives his dream life, and he's just spilling some sauce to me on how I could do it too. And then actually apply it yourself, right? Get down a piece of paper, use your brain, think for an hour, put down shorts and TikTok and Instagram Reels for an hour, please, and write down exactly what this 2.0 version of yourself doesn't do, everything that I've been saying. And once you do that, you need to act in alignment with that person every single day. Every single day, all right? Yes, some days you're going to sort of fall off track and it's not going to be easy. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. This is not an easy thing, right? But this is the process. This is the law of attraction. This is how you attract everything that you want in this life. But over a long enough period of time, if you're acting in alignment with that version of yourself, you will become that person. And then you'll be able to have anything that you want, okay? That's what it comes down to. So again, don't be the person who just, watches this video and changes nothing. Actually take action, actually make a change, and apply this principle into your life. And I promise you, you will be able to achieve whatever it is that you want, all right? So that is all I have for you guys in this video. Hopefully it was valuable to you. If you're watching till the end, congrats. That shows God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, that you're actually serious about your goals and your life and achieving whatever it is that you want. And I wish you the best, all right? And now let's just take a moment to appreciate this view, all right? Lovely little canyon, close to sunset. Man, lovely. God is good. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys. Like I said, take care. Wishing you best of luck. Ciao.